You are lying to yourself. By definition, self-deception is the psychological process of convincing yourself to believe something that is false, or failing to acknowledge a truth. The definition also adds that the cause of self-deception is because reality is too painful or inconvenient to accept, which is true on some cases, but I'd like to go deeper than that. There are many other reasons why someone would lie to themselves. Maybe it's because their reality isn't painful enough. People convince themselves they are weak in order to work harder. Maybe it's that they don't know any better. Sure, the cause could stem from inconvenience or pain, but maybe the truth is deemed unlawful or unnecessary, so self-deception is implied. The ability to deceive and lie has also been a driving factor in human advances. In the process of life, you may want to quit. It could be in any instance, a hard sports game, a demanding job or task, or maybe something more unfortunate. In these situations, some will turn to self-deception and self-disrespect to avoid pain. I'm not good enough for that. I'm too scared to go there. I'm too tired to lift that. These barriers are set up to avoid excessive pain and mental or physical injury, but in most cases, the tasks avoided will not cause any harm, and avoidance is only a setback. Let's say John is training to be a professional bodybuilder, and he just hit the hardest leg day of his life. Then John's friend invites him over to help him move out, and John declines. He says he's too sore to help. Sure, he could theoretically be avoiding an injury, but if John were to go help his friend, he would not only get stronger, but grow a better connection to his friend. But because he's too sore, he will never have that. If everyone else is doing it, it must be okay. Think about it. How many times have you done something you knew wasn't right or wasn't good for you and justified it simply because the people around you were doing the same thing? Maybe it's staying out too late, eating unhealthy food daily, skipping the gym, or settling for a job that's slowly killing your ambition. And the excuse isn't even a real excuse. It's just a head count. Well, other people do this, so it's fine. This is one of the most dangerous forms of self-deception because it doesn't even feel like lying. It feels like belonging. And that's the trap. Human beings are wired to seek community, and that's not a flaw. But somewhere along the way, that instinct gets hijacked. Instead of community pushing you to be better, it becomes the ceiling that keeps you exactly where you are. The influence of the people around you is more powerful than anything else in your life. Studies have shown that your income, your habits, your mindset, they all trend towards the average of your closet circle. So when everyone around you is comfortable being mediocre, your brain starts writing that story too. This is just how life is. This is normal. And once you believe normal is acceptable, you've already lost. The cure to this isn't to isolate yourself or become arrogant. It's awareness. The moment you catch yourself justifying a behavior with, well, everyone does it, stop. Because everyone doing something has never once made it right or good, or worthy of you. And history is full of proof of that. Now, this one is more of a double-edged sword, and I need you to really pay attention here. Because self-deception around self-worth isn't always the villain. Sometimes it's the hero. Let's start with the darker side. A lot of people tell themselves that they are worth less than they actually are. And the frightening part is that they don't even realize they're doing it. It shows up quietly. I'm not the type of person who does that. Someone like me doesn't deserve that. I've never been good at things like this. These aren't facts, they're stories. Stories written in early life that are reinforced by failure, by criticism, and by the wrong people saying the wrong things at the wrong time. And over years, these stories calcify into what feels like identity, but it isn't. It's just a very old lie you've been telling yourself for so long that you forget you made it up. The damage this does is immeasurable, because when you believe you are worth less, you accept less. Less in relationships, less in career, less in ambition. You self-select out of opportunities before anyone even gets the chance to reject you. You become your own gatekeeper. But here's where it flips. Some of the most driven people in the world use a controlled form of this same mechanism in their favor. Instead, they convince themselves that they aren't good enough yet, not to shrink, but to fuel. The athlete who wins championships and still wakes up feeling like they have something to prove. The entrepreneur who builds an empire and still attacks every morning like they're starting from nothing. That's self-deception being weaponized for growth. They aren't delusional about their worth. They've simply refused to let satisfaction become complacency. And on the other end, there's the lie of inflated self-worth. The person who convinced themselves they're already great, already there, already the smartest in the room. This lie is comfortable, it's warm, and it will quietly destroy any chance of real growth, because you cannot improve what you believe is already perfect. So the question isn't whether you're deceiving yourself about your worth. You probably are in some direction. The question is, which direction is it, and is it serving you? Because used with awareness and intention, the story you tell about yourself can either be the cage or the key. One of the most known ways people participate in self-deception is something called the placebo effect. But the funny thing is, for it to work, people can't know or acknowledge they're participating in it. It's something that I truly believe controls a lot of the world. If you think about people being sick for a prolonged period of time, just thinking about them might actually get yourself sick. You're influenced by everything you hear and see, for better or worse. You can convince your mind almost anything, and if you truly do believe it, your body and your mind will change accordingly to the extent they can. From birth, our minds connect barriers with what is said to be unachievable or unlawful or even unnecessary, and it creates a barrier in your mind that says it's wrong, and therefore your free will is robbed from you, and the criminal is nobody but yourself. It's just how we work. Just think about it. Take a good look at the closest chair to you. You may even be sitting in it. You have the free will to take that chair and flip it over right now, but you won't. Well, maybe because I mentioned it, now you want to break the barrier and go flip that chair, but you won't keep it upside down for long, even though you can. Nothing is stopping you. If you choose to flip over that chair, the action of you doing it and keeping it in its upside down position will surely amaze you. It will feel different from any other action you have done today. Because according to the way people act, you shouldn't flip your chair over for no reason. That action is said to be unlawful and unnecessary. And sure, it really may feel like a waste of energy and time, and there's no denying that it is. But the action strikes a connection in your brain that you don't always have to abide by the rules. The connection may fade or lead to horrific things, or lead to great things. It really depends on each individual. Many people may need to just flip their chair over from time to time. This doesn't mean start doing things that you shouldn't. For example, if you're allergic to peanuts, sure, you have the free will to eat one right now, but it will truly not be beneficial to you or your health. Don't go harm yourself for no reason. If there's a beneficial outcome, only then is it reasonable. And with the chair, there truly is. Now, to use free will to our advantage is a tall task, and it truly isn't fit for the simple of minds. It requires discipline and patience, along with the ability to reconstruct your mind. You can go ahead and flip your chair over, think, oh, that was cool, put it back upright, and go about your life. And I'm going to be honest, most of you guys will do that. And in most cases, I would even do that. But if you really think about what you are doing, this is just a simple act in a bigger picture that leads to changing your world. The use of free will and discipline have created some of the greatest minds of our time, and some of the most radical ones. There's still moral lines that one should have as a foundation to prevent harm of others or themselves. Once those are set, you set your goals. What must you achieve with your new free will? Write it down even. This is the structure you will refer to. Next, devise clear paths to your goal. At least 3, but more is better. Also consider what may go wrong on your paths and consider any remedies. Then, pick the best path for yourself, but keep the others stored as backup. Now that you have everything set, if you still don't believe that you can achieve this goal, then this right here is the most important part. You must convince yourself that you can do this. I will work towards my goal in some way every day of my life, with every action of my life. The bigger the goal, the more work and discipline it requires. Lastly, execute. Only time will tell. There may be setbacks because this is all new, but if you stay structured in your path towards your goal, you are more likely to achieve it than ever. And at the end of your life, is that better than not trying at all? At the end of your life, are you happy you flipped over that chair, or was it a waste of time? So here's where we land. You are lying to yourself. You always have been. The question was never whether or not you do it. The question is what you're doing it for. Are you lying to yourself to stay small, to stay comfortable, to stay in line with everyone else in the room who's always lying to themselves? Or are you using it, pouring that same power inward with intention and making it work for you? Because the chair is still right there. It's always been right there. And so has everything else you've been talking yourself out of. I'm not telling you to flip your life upside down overnight. I'm telling you to flip the chair. Start there. Notice what it feels like to do something your brain said you shouldn't. Then do it again with something bigger. And again with something that actually matters to you. And the truth is, your mind is the most powerful tool you will ever own. And right now, for most of you, it's being used against you. Not by the world, not by the people around you, by you. So the real question, the one I want you to sit with, is simple. At the end of your life, are you happy with the story you've told yourself? Because you're the one writing it. These are just some ideas and thoughts I've spent countless hours studying and refining. And it's honestly different from anything I've ever watched on YouTube or made on YouTube. So I really hope you guys like it. If you like this type of content, please stay tuned. I really appreciate all of the support you guys have given me on these past 2 videos, and I'm trying to upload more often. This is literally what I've been talking about in this video. Like, this is my chair flipping situation. I really would like to expand on my YouTube, and this is the work that is needed. So once again, I am Forte, and thank you for watching.